Hi everybody, Esme here. I want to make a video about mindset, how your mindset can literally change everything. Like, happiness is a choice. So, let me tell you a little story about what just happened a few minutes ago in my life. I was declined for the job that I dreamed of. So, the story is I have been working here in Norway for 1 month as a dog musher, as a beginner. And for me, this place was just awesome. It was everything that I dreamed of. It felt great. But I had my 1 month evaluation, and in this evaluation, they told me that sadly they are looking for a professional, not a beginner, even though they knew that I was a beginner from the start. But they kind of hoped that I was one of these miracles that somehow would have this natural talent and would pick it up crazy fast and would just be like this. So basically, wrong expectations. So now I'm back to square one. Well, sort of. I need to figure out where I'm gonna go in Norway. But, you know, I was disappointed. I had this conversation yesterday, and then I decided to not give up. So I first decided to, you know, talk about my value, give a lot of arguments, and then, he said he would give it a think. I gave him a counter offer, and he said he was going to think about it for 24 hours. And then today, during work, I actually wanted to prove him wrong, that I am actually really good. So I did. I actually did some task way better than I did before, and you know, trying to prove some stuff. But still, I just had this conversation a few minutes ago, this after 24 hours conversation, and he said, well, I am just looking for a professional, and that's just not you right now, but you can stay here as a volunteer for 3 months because we love you here, but you're just not a trained professional yet. So yeah, I need to search for something else because, I also need some income. But yeah, that's not the point. This just happened, and honestly, I feel totally fine. It is kind of weird because, well, it's not weird. I know that my previous self would have probably been into tears right now, because that was how my previous self would respond. Being in tears and full of self doubt and being angry at myself and disappointed and feeling like I am not good enough. But now I know different because I have learned to trust in the universe. And, trusting in the universe, that is the big difference. And the second big difference is trusting in myself. So, I have learned through spirituality and through therapy that, well, you want to believe in something. And for me, I just believe in the universe, and that the universe always has a plan, and life goes in the way that it's supposed to go. Even like the negative things that happen, that they may seem negative in the moment, just like a breakup, or you get fired from a job, or something goes to shit. But when I look back at it, a lot of the shitty things, like obviously not everything, like childhood stuff or whatever, but some of the main things that happened in my life, in my grown adult life, such as breakups and jobs that I didn't continue, it was all for good reason, because there's those jobs where, I wasn't a good fit for the company. the company actually also wasn't a good fit for me, and it made me very unhappy, and it wasn't the correct working place. Because I know I have a very strong willpower, so I will try to make every single job work. I will try to always perform and to be that worker that, does it all. So I would hardly ever give up. I would hardly ever give up on a job. Well, sometimes it could be better for me. And, same thing for relationships. I often really do want a relationship to end. I've been in 2 relationships. And I hated the breakup. I was in tears. I was broken. Shit. Again, shit. But when I look back at it, it was actually really good for me because these relationships weren't for me. And after, the breakup, emotions settled a little bit. I could see, whoa, that breakup, that was what I needed. And even though a relationship may be right for me one moment, it can also be totally wrong in the future or the next moment. Or maybe it wasn't right at all and it was just, something easy or an escape or whatever. It can be anything. So when I just got, they told me you can't be paid worker here anymore because you're not a professional, you're too slow. I could literally think, this is the universe telling me something. This is not the place for me. And you know what? I have had some struggles at this place where I didn't feel totally comfortable in a few situations. But I'm also like, no situation is perfect. No job is perfect. So it's okay. As long as the positive is better than the negative. And that was the case. But now there was also another, thing in my heart. My heart said, I actually also kind of want to go to Tromsø in Norway. I don't know if I pronounce it correctly. Sorry guys if I'm not. But so maybe, just maybe, that could be an option now. I don't know. I had a job offer at the market the other day to go and sell cheese in Tromsø, and obviously that's not my dream job, but it could be like a good in between thing for a month or 2 months. It's something, and then in the meantime I can search for a job that I really do love. So, and even if this doesn't work out, I will find something else. Because I have now learned to trust in the universe and that I will end up at the place where I am supposed to end up. And this is also allowed to change. I'm allowed to change my mind. I can do anything that I put my heart into. And, the second thing that I talked about is self-worth, basically. It's believing in myself and don't be so critical. And how I did this? Well, affirmations. That was one of the things that really helped for me. I've got affirmations in my phone, so every day I get some affirmations, some notifications, and I change them every once in a while to whatever I feel that I need in that moment. So some of the affirmations that I had are things as like, I am nice to myself, I love myself, and many more. I can look them up, but many more affirmations that really help me. And after rejection, I look to those affirmations and I'm like, that's true. I'm confident. I'm a boss bitch. I can do fucking anything, and I will end up where I'm supposed to end up. The more no's you get, the closer you are to the yes, or the better the yes will be, because it will be a fit. It will be a good fit, And after every no, I will know more what's not a good fit. Because now I do know that I I am definitely not, a professional dog musher yet. I am a beginner. And I don't want to go to a place anymore where they expect me to be a professional from the start, because it is too stressful. And also, I need a place where there is actually somebody that can be my mentor, because my boss, who was supposed to teach me dog mushing, he was precisely on one trip with me, the start, and then on one trip at the end. So we did 2 trips together. And then he's wondering, like, oh yeah, you're doing this wrong. Well, you never were there to tell me that I did it wrong. So I cannot learn. So now I know I want to be working at some place where I do get a mentor, to somebody to teach me, where there isn't that pressure of needing to be perfect from the start. I want to be able to learn and make mistakes. So yeah, the weirdest thing is I actually feel happy. I feel motivated. I feel energized, because I now know, okay, this isn't it for now. What should I do next? Where should I go next? Is there a better fit for me out there? Let's go, let's try it. So that's what I'm gonna do. And I have a backup plan. I am good here. I like the people here that I work with. They like me. There is good vibes. There's no bad vibes. I'm just not a professional yet, which they are searching for. But I can come back also in the winter as a volunteer. And they did propose to me that they would pay me for the trips that I would go on with tourists. So this could still be a backup plan. I know I like this place. I know I like the people. I wouldn't have any expenses. They would pay for my food, and I would get paid for the trips that I would go on. So worst case scenario, if I don't find another dog mushing job this winter, I could still get the experience that I need to get a full-time job for the next winter, and still get paid a little bit and not make expenses. So it could still be an option. So I'm just trying to keep my head and my heart open for options and see what feels right. And, ain't nothing gonna bring in my stride. Nobody's gonna slow me down. Oh no, I got to keep on moving. So I don't know, maybe you needed to hear this, but you can too. No is gonna break my soul. Boom.